Thank you, Ciangorla. Minister, earlier this year, the National Youth Council of Ireland called for a national task force to assist young people get back into jobs and education as soon as the economy was allowed to reopen, and I fully support this call. And we a lot of talk about young people. There's truly great young people down in West Cork, and obviously there's young people go astray a little as well at times, but there's great young people there. And I've seen it down through the years with the Garda Youth Awards. That initiative was started up by the Gardaí there in West Cork, and the great young people that have won awards for the great things they've done, helping, working for underprivileged, working for elderly, helping in so many good ways. So there's truly great young people out there, and the best way to bring the best out of a young person is to look at your local Garda, your community Garda, and the way they work in the local community. And some community Gardas down there, West Cork, are second to none and have been done through the years and are bringing the best out of young people. But the state has a lot to answer to. How, if you're living, we'll say, in rural Ireland, you're a young person, you need a car to get from A to B. We have no public transport, so there's fierce frustrations. Young people are as such. So our younger generation need to be able to drive. We have seen, all of us, firsthand the disaster it is to try and get a theory test and then try and get a driving test. Our younger generation want to get up in the morning, go to work or go to college. But when you live in rural Ireland, where there is no transport, you are relying completely on other people to get you to where you want to go. That leads to savage frustration amongst young people, and that has to be looked at in a very, very more fair way to young people. We need to get theory tests and driving tests expedited, and let these young people who have suffered enough through COVID-19 on the road and get back onto their lives. Not that a lot of our students will be able to afford to buy a car, unfortunately, with the price of insurance right now, and the car tax and the insurance rate, and now, of course, with the carbon tax that you're belting down on top of the young people's backs, that's going to hurt these young people the most. The Student Union of Ireland has said that students had been asking for the same three things for years: affordable accommodation, and they were outside the Dáil recently with students, and I was there myself, who showed us TDs that some students had to live in tents to get access to education. We have to also get rid of the 3,000 college registration fee. Despite the 3 calls from Ireland students, the next generation of leaders' action is not occurring from government. In fact, the plight of young students has gotten worse, with higher accommodation costs, lack of student accommodation impacting all students this year. The entire situation is leading to an awful lot of frustration. And don't let me get started on how badly the student nurses were treated during the recent pandemic. Not good enough by a long shot. Earlier this year, the government published Pathways to Work 2021-2025, which has actions across the government to bring youth unemployment and increase access to training, and especially, as I have the floor for a couple of seconds more, apprenticeships needs to be looked at. We need to help young people a lot more than we have been to date. Thank you.